the slot. He couldn't get that to go. Boy, let's see, a fourth-line player getting more minutes with the injuries and some chances as Menino makes a stop off the stick of Amadio. Wolves could break out again.
It was a 2-on-1 if that was just a touch pass to the middle of the ice for the Wolves.
Poston now cut to the front, loose puck, they jam it home. Anderson on the follow-up.
It was just pure hunger there on Anderson's part. Wolves were in pretty good shape. Even though they did not have great control of the puck, it seemed to be rolling all over the place, but Anderson just wanted it, saw it, and dove almost head first. Stick into the crease and found the puck. Cooler with the puck, had it initially. He lost control of it. And you can see with the speed, a little bit different. Coates backhander, puck laid behind. Look at Anderson just put himself through a seam of guys. There's 3 Wolves in the vicinity, and the only guy to spot the puck, including Menino, he did not see it. It was behind him, laid in the crease, and it was available. Anderson jumps on it and puts the Griffins in the lead.
Willie Coates with a strong shift. Gets the puck out in front, and Joachim Anderson will knock it home. His 4th of the season. Suggested items and donations.
I wouldn't say I'm surprised, but 16 shots for the first half of this period. That's quite a few.
Yeah, 9 by the Griffins on the power play, 7 by the Wolves, shorthanded. Smith controls the puck up top. Moves it down the left side. Cross-checking the call to Akeem Alou. Perry looking for a passing lane. Still controls the puck now up top. Smith, a quick release. Blocked by Mahacek. Now Tardif in the corner, swinging it loose. Anderson, the goal scorer, up top. Smith. Perry will pull down a one-timer, gives it back to Smith. Smith fakes Anderson, back to Smith. Up top shot, off the post and in. Goal signal. Light came on. And it's now 2-0 in favor of the Griffins.
Absolutely. What a terrific wrist shot this is. Smart play. Lots of bodies in front of the net. And I don't think Menino sees it. It hits the post, and it looked like it came out quickly off the post. But I think with my poor eyesight, Jason, it went around the rim of the post and in the inside bar. Smith at the point. There it is. Hits the back. Hits the post, but hits the back of the net and comes right out quickly. And you can hear everybody. It went in. You still don't see it on that angle. It looks like it hits the post because Chris Menard's in the way. I think the first angle shows it much better than that angle we had from behind the net. This might show it. Nope, still not going to see that come out. The very first angle we had from behind the net showed it go into the middle of the net. Good smart wrist shot.
Just like you said, off the post and rimmed around and out. So the Griffins get on the power play and make it a 2-0 lead now. Power play goal by Smith, his 8th of the year. Anderson 2nd, and Mahacek with Ross 2nd of the team in points, centering the twos-up. Right now it's Anderson with 2 points, handing it off. Owens his shot, trying to go short side, and Menino is there.
There we go. And this is what's needed. A little action.
Yeah, a little spur under his saddle.
Owens took the shot. I'm not sure if he continued on, but Boris didn't like what was taking place. Got in a shot maybe after the nice attempt short side. Menino big with the shoulders again. And here's the first shot as Owens will pick up the puck. This nice little spinorama move and a shot up top shelf. Now see, here's top of the picture. Come in. Oh yeah, a little shot. Okay. And both will sit for a couple of minutes.
Realizing he head up, saw he didn't have room to put it over the goaltender, so tried to tuck it in between the legs.
True.
Oswald dumping it. Davies sends it around. First power play of the game for the Wolves. Brought to you by the fine folks over at Galaxy Home Remodeling. DeVoe with 7 power play goals towards the line for Postma. He's forced out to center. Now a turnover. Grand Rapids has 8 shorthanded goals in the season. Oh, they score their 9th. Tardif tips it home. That now leads the league. They were tied with the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins.
All of last year they had 8, and now they're 9th early in this season, and that is such a huge goal. The Wolves in the power play, the best power play in the league. DeVoe with the puck. He's actually hit from behind, and then the Wolves do not control that well. Krog was pushed off the puck. He ends up Anderson with Tardif on the 2-on-1. That feed is not the best for Tardif. He has to lunge one-handed, but gets enough of the puck, changes the direction of it, and Menino doesn't get the pipes together. It squeezes through. 3-0.
So a power play goal, an even strength goal, and now a short-handed goal for the Griffins. Popped on the lead. Wolves will get a two-man power play here as Haydar quickly was Matheson, so the Wolves can get 64 seconds of 5-on-3 power play time.
Well, Jason, the last time we saw this situation, the Wolves had a 5-on-3. They collected a goal to end the period and then came out of the gate to start a period and scored a goal on it. And they need to do the same here. Boy, down 3-0. Not halfway through the game yet, so plenty of time, but it would certainly be nice to get a couple and get right back into it.
Yep. The Wolves scoring a pair of 5-on-3 power play goals on the air, 2 for 4. Haydar up top. Ross has it over to Krog. Now down to Dawes, back up. Krog's one-timer broken up, and Tardif will clear it out. So 5 forwards on the ice for the Wolves in this 5-on-3, but they have to regroup in their own end. Ross across the line for Defoe, out of his reach, challenged by Filppula, but he couldn't get it down the Wolves, trying to get back onside. Krog has it. Boy, Grand Rapids very aggressive, down 2 men. Krog slows it. Now Dawes, 25 to go in the two-man power play. Ross headed off the heel of his stick, now collects. Fans get anxious. Haydar picks up to Krog. Now Dawes. Dawes looking back door. Tried to slide through. Comes free. Ross shoots. He scores!
I'm laughing because there's no doubt the intent was to Haydar from Dawes' stick in his pass, trying to get it through the crease, but it hits the knob or the at least shaft of McDonald, the goaltender's stick, and goes right out to Ross, who's parked there and has an empty net and fires it home. So, accomplishment on the first part. A huge positive. The Wolves still plenty of time. Minute 6 remaining on the second power play. There's the pass. You can see Haydar, his positioning. That would have been a one-time empty netter. But a favorable carry him off the stick and right to Ross, who has the same.
Ross's 11th goal of the year. The Wolves will continue on the second half with the 5-on-3 and 5-on-4. Esposito cutting in.
When you do the job, as Andre and you just mentioned, Jason, that opens up so much more for the skilled guys. And Andre would think he was one of those.
Yes. Now in comes Haydar. Wines fires it. That one got broken up. We got a Wolves player down. And Kula goes after Greg Amadio, who knocked out one of the Wolves players. Is that Garbutt?
I'm not sure, but he is out.
That's Jared Ross. Saw just the 8 on the sweater. And Arthur's Kula immediately goes after Greg Amadio.
Yeah, Kula must have saw something that I did not see. I watched a great shot by Haydar, and it carried up into the netting, and then the hit was on the other side after the pass.
That is Jared Ross, the goal scorer for the Wolves, down in a very prone position with Kevin Kaser attending.
Well, there is Jared Ross, no doubt about that. And talking with Kevin Kaser. He is, you can see the left side of his body's not moving. The right side, he's taking his helmet off and talking with Kaser. Here he is with the puck. He's going to send it across, and there is the late hit. Oh, that's an elbow right to the head. That's going to be reviewed. Got to be reviewed. That's an intent to injure. That is an elbow to the head, and that's something that's been discussed so much this year in the game of hockey.
Well, breaking the action as they attend to Jared Ross. We will step aside, but the Wolves down by 2, losing one of their most offensive producing players for now.
So let's have a look here. We got Jared Ross going off the ice, and he's being talked to, and there's the thumb up, so he hopefully is okay. It's a good sign. But you're right. I was worried because when we saw him, he was moving his right hand when Kevin Kaser was talking with him, but the left side of his body did not move. But I have to wonder if Bernard got a piece of Postma when he was trying to get to the puck. It looked like he was able to just slap him in the pants, push him offside a bit.
Jason Krog moving in. Davies goes to the net. DeVoe pulls up, tries to find a soft area in the slot. Up top for Matheson. He lets it in. He scores!
Now there's 2 ways to take situations, and one is to be negative and run all over the ice and try to get back some payback. The other is to get your heads back in it. I think Don Lever does a nice job of recollecting his group. And now that positive is a goal. And now they trail by 1. Matheson's blasting. Has he been very good offensively in the last 3 weeks? This shot has eyes. Huge screen. No chance for McDonald. Beautiful shot. What a great angle that is from the far end. Top shelf blocker side, Mark Matheson.
Well, Joey McDonald, he reminds me a little bit of Jason Castro, a goaltender at 6 feet, but plays a little bit smaller because he drops down. I think you have to go
saves early in the first period when the Wolves are all over. We're down low.
Quick as a cat down low with those feet. The Wolves now pull within 1, 2 straight by Chicago after 3 goals for Grand Rapids to open up the scoring. Matheson is second of the year. Devoe and Krog earn the assist. And in comes Dawes, but Esposito a little premature.
And we get a little excited. Things going in the favor. Good crowd on hand here. And score a goal, and everybody wants to participate now. Here we are. Leads the American Hockey League with 48 second period goals, the Wolves. Mark Matheson, of course, adding to that total. It's just the other periods that haven't been so kind at times.
Especially the first. They've given up 38 and add 2 more to a nice even 40. Wolves will dump it in. McDonald will hand it off behind the net. Smith plays it around. Aroff has it. Now Philpo in the neutral zone. So the Griffins and Wolves each have a goal from a defenseman, each scoring on the power play. The difference right now is short-handed tally for Grand Rapids, and a penalty call coming up here. They'll put the Wolves on the power play when we come back. The guilty party is Travis Earhart. Wolves down by 1 in the middle frame.
Sure.
And he's on the ice now, and Devoe will work in. Matheson down the left side, shot into the glove, fought off by McDonald, and sent out to center.
Andre Devoe with him right now, having a little chit-chat and a push.
And now Boris Vlahovic comes over, and Vlahovic wants it.
Here he goes.
And Amadio will answer the call.
Come on.
And Boris Vlahovic, a couple of firing hits, and then he punches him while they're down. Andre Devoe is going to drop him in. And Devoe is throwing him. Now everyone comes down, and Peter Menino is telling McDonald to stay away from the ruckus, or he will come down.
Peter likes that.
Yes, he does. And now McDonald's signaling to Peter Menino, do you want to go?
Well, that's it.
Yeah, Menino looking back.
Well, I'll tell you what, Amadio's back up. Oh, no, he's not. That's Straub. That's a pretty good battle, but Boris Vlahovic, I'm not sure if you saw it initially, but there was a couple that got in.
And now Straub continues to fight with Devoe down. And Amadio very slow to get up.
Yeah, Boris got him a couple of pretty good shots and dropped them. Boris has been escorted off the ice. We'll see if anything else happens out of this. So it didn't take long.
We'll see what happens with Straub and Devoe, the second fight, if that gets called more.
Yeah, you know what, it's funny how we always talk about let the players police the game in situations like that, and that's what really virtually happens. Here's the initial talk and a bit of a shove. Now Boris came off the bench, and look at all the other players coming after from behind. See if we can see this one shot that Boris does get in. There's a couple there. It's tough when a guy's wearing a shield today to really hurt somebody. Devoe got a couple early ones in, but I'll give credit to Straub. He stayed with it. And that was a pretty good battle also. Yeah, those two probably will get thrown out of the game, the second altercation.
So that would leave Grand Rapids then 3 players short in this one. One of the most interesting things about Allstate Arena is you exit the same end, both teams. It's about 10 feet of concrete that separates it, but on the lip surface, the rebound on the front, it goes, scores! We're tied, 3 aside, and the wild games between the Griffins and Wolves continue.
Well, I had a feeling that this might be not a 10-8 game, but similar, with a few mistakes and some goals. And Nigel Dawes, who has been one of the hottest Wolves offensively, has been scoring a lot as of late, ends up finding this one after a nice play by Kohler. Great pass. Look at that beautiful redirect from Angelo Esposito in the middle of the ice to Mahachik. Mahachik's shot fended off nicely with the right pad, but nobody back checking with Dawes on the opposite side. He comes flying in and has an empty net. But what a play by Esposito at the blue line, just to tap that puck and redirect it right to Mahachik, who was in full flight, and that started it all off. And it's knotted at 3.
You have a new goal leader for the Chicago Wolves, and it is Nigel Dawes in a 3-3 tie as Dawes buries
the goal in a split second longer.
Another 3-on-2. Here come the Wolves. Krog! And a roll off his stick. 2-point game for the captain. And it is a pass attempt out to the line. Postma has to regroup at center. In comes Haydar now. Has a step down the right side. Shoots. He scores!
Yikes. Well, 4:58 remaining. Almost time for a timeout for the Griffins. What a change of events. And Kirk Fraser, I guarantee you, he's been in situations just like that as a tough guy, trying to turn the game around in his team's favor. What a feed and a break. It looked like Perry might have a chance to go the opposite way in a breakaway. Puck went under his stick right to Haydar. He flies in. Nobody around in those top shelf. Just grazes the sweater of Joey McDonald, but what a shot. Top shelf short side.
Darren Haydar, the player of the decade, has given Chicago a 4-3 lead, so the 3-goal advantage for Grand Rapids has evaporated as 4 unanswered now by the Wolves as they continue to put on the heat. Haydar getting the goal, his 13th of the year, now tied for second with Spencer Mahachek. Loose puck in the neutral zone, picked up by Smith, and now it's Grand Rapids on the attack. Tatar had it rolled away from him. Haydar jams it up the wall and out to center.
I'm going to watch the Wolves too, and who's playing a little bit more at center with the absence of Jared Ross, such a key contributor.
Zubrev and Postma assist on the Haydar goal at 15:02. Vilboa across the line. Hands it off to Tatar. Esposito got a piece of him. Tatar has the puck again. Boy, does he work off hits. Thomas Tatar, excellent.
He's always got the legs moving. That's the difference. You watch his legs pump. Whenever he's making a move, oh boy, Jamie Cyphers just flattened Tatar. He got away with it.
Now the Wolves heading up eyes. Mahachek weaving into the offensive zone. Has an angle, and it's off the blocker of McDonald. So the Wolves, with 29 shots now in this game, continue to pour it on. They had 15 in the first, and they've almost reached that total again here in the second.
The fans in it.
Yes, they are. Heck, 5 games in 6 days, and the Wolves are throwing everything out of the arsenal in period number 2 here. How about that? A 4 spot in the second period. And let's go back to the comment you had on the coaching of Don Lieber, settling his troops down, and the Wolves reacting with offense, not fisticuffs, after the original hit on Ross.
Well, I think, as we mentioned, class on both sides on what they tried and attempted to do. But again, when you're losing 3-1, you still want to win the game. Yeah, you want to have some revenge, but the guys are here to win hockey games, put 2 points on the board. So I think that was a nice move by Don Lieber to settle his guys down. And I'm sure he said the same thing. You know, it'll come.
Oops. No, turnover, carry out in front, and a shot by Menard just misses the mark. Menard only has 3 goals this year, and that's been a season right there. Chances just missing the mark for him.
I'd like to see that. I think Menino might have got a piece of it with his glove as it just popped over the net. Cyphers lost control of the puck, ended up being a 2-on-1 right in front of Menino. There's a funny bounce off the boards out to the middle of the ice, but great stop for Menino after his team takes the lead. That's what you look at.
Yeah. In a game like this, the next goal very important, and now a penalty call will go against the Wolves, and Grand Rapids will have a chance to stop the Wolves' offensive attack on their 3rd power play when we come back. Wolves lead 4-3. Puck skirts out to center, and Jamie Johnson will work in shorthanded. A shorthanded goal already in this game for the Griffins, and Peter Menino will kick that one away. And now we got Kimalu and Owens trying to get after one another. A couple of OHL players. Bad blood in this game here, Billy. I'm glad you're up in the stands because I'd hate to see you get your nose dirty tonight.
Oh, I'd like to. They'd be afraid of me, though. All that experience I have. I'd be right behind Fraz. Here we are, 2 seconds left in the period. Period's over, ended, and watch Owens come in. Just a bit of a push, and then, ooh, nice left, 2 lefts. So Owens gets a couple lefts in, and I can see why Alou's a little upset with that.
Because Jordan Owens took a double minor for roughing, and Alou a single minor, and now Volabik is back in the penalty box. So this piece of paper that I just scoured
what are you talking about?
For the facts is incorrect.
You know, it's only paper, Jason.
It is.
Had a lot of fires, too. It was very nice.
Haydar with the goal in the game. Back across, 2 assists. Shot low, block. Now right on the tape of Haydar. Looking for some room. Mahachik screening out in front. They play it over to Postma. He'll go to Dawes. Back to Postma. He fakes. Out quickly. Haydar picks up. Wolfkeeper out of the corner. 40 seconds to go. The two-man advantage. Haydar switching spots. Postma. One time. He scores! His fourth of the year.
Seriously, that is a bullet from Paul Postma. How about the casual way Darren Haydar collects the puck and sees that maybe the plays are trying to set up aren't quite working. He takes over and then just softly throws it to the middle of the ice where Paul Postma waltzes into it and just hammers it home. What a bullet. Well, you can see it on the slow-mo. That's about it.
Yeah.
A terrific shot short side. Wolves still with a minute 3 on the power play and now have a 2-goal lead. And Kurt Fraser not very happy.
No. Look at how short his bench is. He literally has 6 players on his bench and a backup goaltender tracking back. Johnson on the forecheck. That leads to a turnover. Tatar to the line. Flash up fresh on the ice, and there's Vlahovic breaking up. And now Akimalu has a breakaway. Palu shoots. He scores! 6-3.
How about this? Boris Vlahovic, the big battle. He gets on the ice, and what a pass this is. He intercepts the play from the point to the front of the net, collects the puck, and very patient with it. And it was a 2-man breakaway. Darren Haydar was there also. Here's the pass. Look at that eyes looking right up the gut. And here goes. Watch this angle. Palu looks down, sees, settles the puck, goes right between the legs. McDonald, that's a pretty one.
Nice reward for Akimalu, who found out at 5 o'clock tonight he was playing tonight. We're expecting a transaction involving Patrice Cormier to take place at some point, and Alu inserted into the lineup, and he's rewarded with a goal. And the Wolves now have a 6-3 lead.
I had that happen once when I was in Boston. A guy pulled the chute and I had to go play in the old garden. And at 5 o'clock, I was actually on the outside walking around looking at pictures with a hot dog in my hand.
I wonder what kind of pictures you were looking at. Well, Lou getting his 4th of the year from Boris Vlahovic at 10:52, the 3rd period. So was that a case, Billy, of the Bruins flu that happened to your teammates?
That's exactly what everybody said. In fact, when I went into the dressing room, there was a parachute up there with the guy's name on it. That's true. I scored in that game, though, and they got...
Yes, that's a tough building to play in, huh?
I didn't want to.
You couldn't avoid the corners in that building, right? It was too small.
Yeah, exactly. Every shot corner I liked.
It's better than when you were just a wee little gardener, right? And your mom and dad tried to teach you a lesson in the corner.
That was in school, Jason. I was there all the time.
Across the line and offsides, allowing us to step aside. At one point, the Wolves were trailing 3-0. 6 unanswered has Chicago up by 3.
This Chicago Wolves telecast may not be reproduced or retransmitted without the express written consent of the Chicago Wolves. No unauthorized use is permitted.
It was at the last Jets game, and they lost to Detroit to the playoffs. Waiting seconds, fans on their feet, 8,000 nearly, celebrating 6 unanswered goals for the Wolves, a 6-3 victory over the Griffins.
Well, it's a big victory. You just touched on it. To start a very difficult road trip with 4 in 5 nights against great competition, and you lead it off with a game at home. You want to win that game at home, and the Wolves have done that, and what a turnaround. Just a lot happened in this game. Many different parts of the game you don't normally see today. A lot of fighting, a lot of turnaround and momentum. A lead by the Griffins 2-0. They'd feel pretty happy about the way they played early on, but the Wolves certainly turned things around, and I just like the character we see tonight. We talked a lot about that, trying to find themselves